super refreshed and almost revamped edition of the Parkrun Adventurers podcast. Welcome back, Mel Urbacher.
Thanks, Scotty. Almost revamped. I don't know anything about this, so I'm a little bit concerned.
Hey, but we'll deal with that later.
Okay.
Did you enjoy your week off?
Yes, I did. Well, it went really quickly, let's say. Didn't have any progeny, if that's what people were wondering. Otherwise, obviously I wouldn't be here. That would be Lyndell by now. But,
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was good. I had a wedding anniversary, which I got to squeeze in for a change. How was your week, Scotty?
Well, last week did get away from us, didn't it? It was a busy old week. You finished up work officially, so finally I no longer have to pay you to come on the podcast, and you're just doing this out of the love of park running and podcasting.
I was getting paid before? What was I getting paid in?
You haven't been receiving my checks?
No, I haven't. I have to take this up with Australia Post, do I?
Maybe.
Okay.
But God, I don't know. Last week, too long ago. All I know is that it went quickly. We didn't podcast, and the week's back around, and we're podcasting again, which is great. But let's go back. We talk about parkrun on the Parkrun Adventurers. We like to recap. We like to recap where we go each week to sort of enlighten our viewers on our weekend lives.
Well, some of us do, especially if they might be making headway on the most events list.
Yeah. So no new events for me in the last couple of weeks, but I did improve my PB at Bright Parkrun. I revisited that event. I've been there 3 times now. First time was a 59.59, second time was a run director, and third time as part of my annual boys road trip that we missed last year. So we tried to make up for it this year. So I went back to Bright. It was -1, Mel.
I was going to say, altitude
-1.
at this time of year, Scotty, that must have been pretty brisk.
It was so cold. It hurt. Like my fingers hurt.
And your lungs when you were breathing that air? That's what gets me. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm an asthma sufferer. So I really do struggle in those conditions. And asthma is a crap thing. And you try to explain it to people. Like, if you can only breathe like a little bit at a time, it makes it really hard to run. So like what fuels your running
is oxygen.
Yeah, that's why we always try and improve our VO2 max. I don't want to get too technical, but it's increasing the ability of oxygen to supply blood to your muscles and all that sort of stuff. When you're not getting that oxygen in, it really makes it hard to run. So, but
yes.
I wasn't too worried about that because I was just cruising. But my hands, my God.
You didn't wear gloves? Oh, no. Scotty, rookie error.
I wasn't expecting it to be -1 in April, but it was. I went up to the high country in Victoria, didn't take a jacket, so I had to buy a jacket while I was there. As you know, I don't own pants. So this is true, people. I actually physically don't own long pants. I own a suit, so that's technically, I guess.
No, those are trousers. They can't be classified as pants if it's a suit.
Yeah, you can't just wear them with a T-shirt around the streets. So I don't own long pants. So I was a bit underprepared, but we had an awesome weekend in Bright. Lots of running. We ran a freedom run on the way up there. We stopped in at Euroa.
Okay. How was that?
Freedom runs are really hard too, Mel. Because even though Euroa have a map, they have a map at the start. So they've got a shelter, they've got a map, but they do this thing, and it's really easy. It's along a track. You get to a big tree. You can't miss the tree. You turn around it. They're actually paving it the day we were there.
And you still got lost?
Well, you have to go under a bridge. And we didn't get lost so much, but we got back to the finish, and we'd only run 4.5K. So we'd obviously missed a chunk.
You found the wrong big tree.
No, we got the right big tree to turn around, but we didn't do an extra bit going under the bridge. But
okay.
if you read the map uninformed, it looks easy. Oh, you just cross over the bridge. But then when you come back and you go, oh, we missed that big loop there. So we did a bit extra. I added a few extra bridge crossings with the to make up the 5K, because it can't be a freedom run if it's 4.5.
No, it can't. Technically, I'm not sure it can be a freedom run if you don't do the actual course.
I haven't listed it in my profile yet, so
Okay, we'll see if that one pops
maybe
up
subconsciously.
sometime in the future.
Yeah, subconsciously, I feel the same way. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had a good weekend at Bright, non-preparedness notwithstanding.
Yep. And then this weekend gone, we were back at home. Again, reminded how much I love being at home, despite never going there, because we did our alternate course, which is, if you've ever been to Westerfolds, and if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't, shame on you, because it's an awesome event. But we have this big hill that you might have heard about, and at the top of the hill there's an old manor. And from time to time, I think it's happened about 4 times now, we get to start and finish at the manor, which also means we start and finish at the top of the hill. So the first kilometre is super fast, all downhill.
And that last one is
Yeah, that last 300 metres or so is really tough. But mentally it's a good challenge because you've got this hill to get through and it's the last 300 metres. So in theory you should be really tired, but mentally you go, well, I've only got 300 metres to go. I'll smash it. And you've got lots of people cheering. You've got cowbells going off. It's a really nice setting. To this day, I don't know why we didn't start and finish there.
Well,
every week.
The hill, like it might actually turn people off if it's every week. Like as a novelty, when you've got other things going on your original course, it might be okay. But yeah, you might be straining the friendship otherwise.
The other good thing that happened on Saturday is that I got to be car park marshal. So I got to add a new volunteer role to my list. But let me tell you, Mel, it's stressful being car park marshal. I've got no car parks left. I've got all these cars coming at me. People don't stop.
What do you do when there are no car parks left? Just tell them, turn around, go park somewhere else.
Yeah, but then they start parking on the side of the road. They just make up car parks. And I'm like, I can't control you. You're in cars. And there's lots of you. So
do you deserve your credit then as a car park marshal if you're not controlling the traffic?
Well, I think so. Well, yeah. There were no accidents. And
the intention was there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I helped a few people saying you can't park, there's no room, so go away.
Okay, well that's interesting. I always kind of assumed car park marshals would direct people to actual parks rather than just be standing around saying, "Nah, sorry, there's nothing here," which I'm pretty sure people can realise after they've done a little loop themselves.
Yeah, no, I did that as well because I was trying to help people out. It's like, there's no point coming up here, people. There's no parks. Turn around and go back and find another one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't. They just parked in the park. So I get it.
We just won't let Parks Victoria know about that.
Shh, they don't listen to this podcast. So that was my parkrun fortnight.
Wow. I'm impressed that you managed to get a new volunteer role in. I haven't done a new volunteer role in a little while.
And I made sure Ivonna and Kasha signed up with me as well. So we all got it.
Okay, excellent.
We seized the opportunity. No, that actually really worked. So Ivonna was down the bottom of the hill.
Yep.
And Kasha was up with me.
Awesome. Well, I'll have to try to find a course where I can get one of those in.
So what did you do? You must have tales to tell?
Yeah. Well, I have had 2 weeks of volunteering at home. I'm pretty firmly set into the volunteering now. I did a little walk into town on the weekend. We have this annual festival in Palmwoods called the Time Warp Festival because we've got this fantastic old 50s style diner in town, which is just pumping every day of the week that it's open. In general, it doesn't matter. It's a big draw card for the town. And once a year, we have this Time Warp Festival where the whole town shuts down the centre and it all turns 50s. So we did a little walk into town this weekend. And what usually only takes me 5 minutes to get there took a little bit longer than that. There's a couple of hills. There was walking around in the festival, and then there was walking home, and then I suffered for the entire of the next day. I could barely move. So 5 kilometres is not within my reach at the moment. So you should be taking advantage of this, Scotty Trickett, while I cannot be doing 5K because, I'll be volunteering until the foreseeable future. But I was at Kawana and I was welcoming back our good friend Kelly Hodges, who comes on every now and again and does the nutrition segments. We should have her back on now. She hasn't been on in a while.
No, is she back up and firing? Is she all
Well,
systems functioning? And
yes, absolutely. And that's what I was co-run directing. The first time I've ever co-run directed, actually, like properly co-run directed. She had her little boy Charles with her in this carrier, and just to make sure that, all bases were covered, we had the two of us run directing. In case she needed to nip off and then, the event could still be supervised and all that sort of thing. So that was really great, welcoming her back to the run directing fold after her maternity leave. And then last week I put myself down as photographer. And you know what I like to do when I'm a photographer? I like to find a different spot on the course that doesn't get utilised very often. Like, people like to stand in general at the finish line and get people crossing the line, which is great. Also very helpful when you've got some creative volunteering happening with the tokens and the timing. But I like to be out on the course somewhere. And specifically, I've got a little spot that I like to stand because it's at the top of a little hill. And it forces people to run up the hill, and it forces them to smile while they're doing it, Scotty. And it's brilliant because I got so many great photos of people smiling while they're pushing themselves up the hill. And I'm sure I was responsible personally for them all knocking 5 or 10 seconds off their time this week. So that's what I did.
now, Mel, you have to stop perpetuating this myth of a hill at Kawana Parkrun as well. I love it that you're trying to find different spots to take photos from, because I'm with you. Finish line shots, okay, but this hill at Kawana that you talk of,
it's not.
Was it on holiday the week we were there?
It's not the hill you're thinking of.
Did I do a different course?
Look, it's no Westerfolds Hill, okay, but everything's relative. If it goes up, it's a hill.
Yeah.
If it goes up for more than 5 metres, I think it's a hill. And this one goes up for a good 20, 30 metres at least.
It doesn't.
It does.
I don't recall it. It was dead flat.
Okay,
I remember there was a little bit of a rise when we went around the lighthouse.
I believe you'll be back soon, and so when you come back, I will take you and I will show you the hill that I refer to.
And we're coming back in a month, so I want to do lots of freedom runs.
Excellent.
So hopefully you'll join me. If not, Kelly can come and join me for a freedom run, and Charlie, whoever else is in town.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people keen for that action, Scotty.
Yeah. And in terms of the new events, I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're pretty safe, Mel. I'm going to be sticking around close to home and visiting a couple of events I've already ran in the next couple of weeks. So until we're on the Sunshine Coast, I think I'm stuck where I am.
You're not a contender, so you're just going to sit on even par with me until such time. Okay.
That's fair, isn't it? I don't want to take advantage of a pregnant woman.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first time, I'm sure.
Now, on this week's episode, so we've been busy, and so have our Channel 5 news crew, which is great. So we've got a bunch of roving reports, which we know you all love, and we're all around the country. So, Mel, who do you want to kick it off with? We're in Victoria, we're in South Australia, we're in Queensland.
Oh, we were all over the shop, weren't we?
Should we go with them? Well, go on. So I'll let you choose, so choose.
Well, I think we should start with our newest recruit, Mark, who was at Albert Melbourne. But I was just going to actually give a shout out to surrogate mum Bev on With Me Now, who's done their first roving report, and she did it from Japan, and she did a really great job. So
she did.
If you don't listen to With Me Now podcast, Where the Hell Have You Been? You should be tuning in, and yeah, great job.
Hey, should we do a quick podcast deep dive? Because I'm with you. I'm back on With Me Now. Not that I ever really left, but I'm really enjoying their pod at the moment. And I've got to admit, free weekly time. So they've ditched the 29-minute prerequisite for their episodes, and I'm really enjoying free weekly timed lately at the moment.
Oh, okay. So do they go longer now, or
they do? So, and they had a really good interview with Tom Fordyce, who we don't know out here, but he's well known in the UK as I'm guessing. I mean, I don't even know him, but it was a great interview that Vassos did. So big love to the Parkrun podcast world. So we were all missing last week. But
and look, it makes it a little bit easier for you and I to just be lax every now and again and go, you know what? It's okay if we have a week off because there are people in the world who've got it covered. not quite the same way as us, and we always love coming back and we always love podcasting. But yeah, for me personally, I feel like there's less pressure to deliver a podcast every week.
Yep, and you can only get this accent on the Parkrun Adventurers podcast.
This is true. Other people may try and they may make us laugh really loud when they do, but you can only get these accents right here.
Hello Parkrun Adventurers, Mark calling in from Albert Parkrun, and I'm here with Event Director Scott. Good morning Scott, how are you?
Hi, good Mark, welcome.
So event number 388 today?
Yeah, 7 years now.
Yeah, so I believe this was the first parkrun outside of Queensland and the third for Australia.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was very small when we started. Carol Cunningham is now the head of volunteer management in the parkrun. Carol was the one who started all this, and Joanne and I were just participants in the early days. There was just like 30 people came here every week, and now there's like 500.
So last week you hit 500, and today I believe it was 502.
Yeah, it was. So the numbers are staying big, even getting into April.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a bit of a cool morning today, which is a bit of a shock for a few people.
Yeah, but there wasn't much wind, although it's picked up a little bit now. The back straight wind is our friend or foe here at Albert Park, and that kilometre number 3, it's the very rare time you get it behind you, and then everyone's doing PBs and very happy.
So there's a couple of interesting stats about your park run. So there's been some massive growth over the years, but 2017, 2018 was a really low growth. Any ideas what happened there?
No, we don't really know. We've sort of been looking at this recently, and I think like a lot of park runs, the growth in the early days is high, the rate of growth is high, but the rate of growth had slowed down, and we thought we were sort of peaking, but then this summer, since the start of the year, it's just been enormous. We've had year-on-year growth this year has been like 30%, which is huge, and maybe it's our finished funnel, maybe people love the finished funnel, I don't know, but we've made a few changes to deal with bigger numbers, but it's definitely been really positive, and it's not about trying to be the biggest parkrun or anything, but we're impacting more people and giving more people an opportunity to participate, and that's great.
So for our listeners, can you describe the course?
So it's a single lap of the lake. We tell people there's no shortcuts. You just start at one end, and we have a little overlap because the path is 4.7 kilometres around the lake. But the lake here, if people have seen the Formula 1 Grand Prix, we follow the course. It's just inside the road. So it's a mix of gravel and a little bit of bitumen path the whole way around, but very flat. And palm trees down the back with an awesome view of the city as you come around the bend at the sort of 3 kilometre mark, and you see all the buildings in the background, and that usually catches the eye of people who are visiting. Yeah. And no shortcuts, just don't fall in the lake, which we've had a couple of times. I think I mentioned to you we've had 3 people over years fall in the lake, and we try not to increase that number.
Got to keep your feet dry, people. It is a fast course, being very flat. Now there is an interesting story about the male fastest record.
Yeah, unfortunately, the gentleman in question didn't have his barcode on Christmas Day last year. Now the record has stood for quite a long time, probably 4 years, I think. Marty Dent previously, who holds a lot of records around Australia, had held the course record here. Yeah, we had a visiting Olympian from the UK, and but unfortunately he didn't have his barcode, and we have so many visitors and so many people without barcodes every week that parkrun has one simple rule about barcodes, and I think for big events like us it's really important that we stick with that, because it would literally add hours to the processing time if we're manually adding everyone in.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things, you've got to be strict on the rule, even if you're breaking a course record. And the female record holder is Sinead Diver, who is over in London this weekend, getting ready for the London Marathon. So that's pretty exciting. You going to tune in and watch that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look, Sinead, she doesn't run parkrun super regularly, but she's done a lot here over the years, particularly in the early days. She was quite an early supporter of parkrun here, and when she comes along, it's always great to see her. And she set the course record here when we had our big one a couple of years ago. She set the female course record that day, which was amazing to see.
Any memorable occasions for you here at Albert?
So many. I mean, it's the little things that are, finding people who are doing their parkrun for the first time, finding people who are doing it for the 100th time, meeting people. I mean, it's totally changed our lives. You know, Joanne and I, we moved house to live near our parkrun.
Oh wow!
we all our life in our community is here, so our life and parkrun are completely intertwined. So
yeah,
it's but yeah, look, the day when we had the really big event, we did it in conjunction with the Nitro Athletics a few years ago, and that was it was a very different experience. It wasn't like parkrun because it took so much organising to handle 1,000 people, but it was a great thing to do. But I don't advocate for trying to do that again. I think organic growth is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. Well, look, and we were just talking before about the atmosphere here, and it is a very friendly, family-friendly event, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we try to. There's a range of people. There's a certain proportion of people who are just here to bang out a really fast time, but we really want to emphasise that it is for everybody. And I think one of the things I'm most proud of is that we've grown to include more walkers and people with prams and dogs and kids and stuff over the years. We're still very underrepresented in terms of kids compared with a lot of events. Okay. We have a very, the demographics of this area. There's a lot of young people and a lot of retirees. But there are families who live around here, and I think that's something that we want to do a bit more of and reach out a bit more to them. But I think parkrun's for everyone, and hopefully people feel that way when they come here and tell.
All right, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for all your reports. I admire your work. Thanks for coming to visit.
No worries. See you next time we're here.
Okay.
You get a lot of tips.
So we're now here with a couple of international park runners. Where are you from?
I'm from Ireland, County Mayo in Ireland.
And what's your name?
My name is Mary Murphy.
And do you do park running in Ireland?
Yes, I do it in Claremorris, County Mayo.
Very good. And how have you found Albert Park today?
It's been a beautiful run, lovely, round the lake, nice and cool, just like Ireland.
It is nice and cool today, isn't it? Why are you visiting Australia?
I'm here to visit my sister Caroline O'Brien and her husband Mike. We're here for the wedding of their son, which happened last weekend. So we travelled all the way from Ireland for his wedding.
Oh wow, how exciting is that? And have you done any other international park runs?
No.
Just the one in Melbourne?
Just the one in Melbourne.
Westerfolds last week.
We did, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you did Westerfolds. So our host for the Parkrun Adventures, he's a Westerfoldian, so he'd be pleased to hear that you went out there. What did you think of that course?
Well, that's our home run. Because we live here, that's our home.
Oh, okay.
That's nice to happen at Little Hill.
Yeah.
I've heard the kangaroos.
Okay, so do you know Scotty Trickett then?
No, I wouldn't. I'm at the back of the park run, closest to the park walk.
Very good. That's all right. Well, that's what parkrun's about, isn't it? It's for those who want to walk, run, or jog it. And how have you found Albert Park?
Oh, we've done it a few times. I love it. It's getting really busy though. It's gotten so big now. It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah, so the growth over the last couple of years for here has been quite big, and there's probably another 500 here today. I think it was 500 last week. So, and we've got somebody else here from Boston. How did you find Albert Park?
Oh, it was great. Beautiful day. Great for a walk.
So we heard that you're not much of a park runner. There's not much park run happening in the States at the moment.
No.
But has this convinced you? Think you could get into it?
Park walks. That's about it.
That's all right. Yeah. Well, you could start with a park walk and see where it goes from there.
Not a natural runner for sure.
I was keen to talk to you because you are from Boston, and the Boston Marathon was just on, and I thought, this guy might be a Boston marathoner, but not at the moment.
There was somebody who was a Boston marathoner today.
Oh, there was a Boston marathon.
He had a tattoo on his leg. 2015, he was wearing a 2015 Downton jacket, and he had a tattoo on his leg.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Do you get out and watch the Boston Marathon then?
I do, yeah. I enjoy watching that every year.
Yeah, no.
From a pub.
From the pub. Very good.
Irish sunblock.
And what about you, sir? How did you find Albert Park today?
I thought it was a lovely run, nice and flat.
Yeah.
When you're going around the lake, you can see everybody. You can see all the people that are way out in front of you.
And behind you.
I know. And nobody behind you.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Like, it's pretty at the start, you turn around, you see the people spinning behind you and a big ribbon of people in front, so
yeah.
It's a good course. All right.
Lovely flat run.
Fantastic number of volunteers. You're very lucky to have so many volunteers, yeah.
Yeah, no, they do have a very strong volunteers. You keep them all in line, keep us runners in line as well.
You should tuck a dog off a meat wagon.
Encouraging.
We're now here with Vin, and it's quite hard to find a Albert Park home runner.
Oh yes.
So it's full of tourists usually at Albert Park. And how many times have you been coming into Albert Park?
I've been here about 260 times now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I'm up to about my 290th parkrun overall.
Wow, that is huge. So you must have been one of the first parkruns here.
Yes, I was in the very first event way back in 19th of November 2011.
So that was I think the third parkrun event to start up in Australia and the first outside Queensland. So that's pretty big.
Correct, that's correct.
What got you started in the parkrun that long ago?
The first run director here, Carol, ran around and asked all her mates to come down, and I think we all felt sorry for her, but we didn't think there was any chance of another run starting in Melbourne. We all came down. It rained the first day, it rained the second, and then we put out a promotional line that it never rains at Albert Park, and they kept coming.
Wow, and so what other parkruns have you done?
I've done one in Ireland called, at Limerick. I reckon it was really good. I'm a Richmond Football Club supporter, so I did the one in Richmond in Surrey, and I really enjoyed that as well. I've been to Wongarai in New Zealand, and a smattering of runs here and up in Perth and Brisbane, where I have relatives.
That's fantastic. So to get international parkruns in as well, that's quite an achievement. What's some memorable moments for you here at Albert?
Probably the most memorable moments have been some of the milestone celebrations here we've done for people, where they've all gone, they've taken out a cafe, or it's been great big group photos which we revive every now and then. If somebody, I'll give you an example. Corey Simmons turns 21 today, and I think he was probably the first young runner to ever get to 250, and when he got to 250 park runs, we had a huge celebration down here, and similarly for his 18th birthday.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a family affair then, really, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There's been great networks of friends from here, there and everywhere, all backgrounds and walks of life, and that's one of the terrific things about parkruns. You just cut through all the normal barriers there are to many people.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and well done on a huge amount of runs. That's fantastic to see.
Thank you very much. Good to chat.
Well, there you have it, parkrun adventurers. Our adventure at Albert Parkrun is finished. We're back on the tram now, heading back into the city to our accommodation. It's one of the good things about Albert Parkrun is good public transport to get you there from anywhere in the city. So next time you're in Melbourne, make sure you check out Albert Park, Melbourne. Mark out for now. Catch you next time on the Parkrun Adventurers.
Good morning, Scotty, Mel and Parkrun Adventurers. It's Lyndell reporting in from Jells Parkrun in what Scotty would say is the greatest state. I don't know, I reckon it's the coldest state. It's pretty cold here this morning. And today I'm finishing off my alphabet. So I'm an alphabetier, and in 30 or 40 minutes time I'll be an alphabetier. Few fun facts on becoming an alphabetier. If you live in Brisbane, you can do all but 7 of the letters in the Brisbane city and surrounding council areas. And there are 3 letters that you probably need to do a bit of forward planning for a flight or a very long drive. So here we are in Jells. There's only 3 J's in all of Australia. I've picked Jells over Jindabyne or Jubilee Way in South Australia to finish off my alphabet. All right, I better keep going to keep myself a bit warm. I'll go for a run and catch up with some people afterwards. Now, I was chasing these 2 blokes right around the course today. I noticed that they're wearing their footy club jerseys or their running singlets, so I thought that might have an interesting story. What's your name?
Sam. And Mark.
And what's the story with the Waverley Warriors?
Waverley Warriors is a Masters football club based in Melbourne. We play out of Oakley, so we've got over 35s and over 50s, and Sam and I are both in the over 50s.
No, that can't be true.
Yeah. Unfortunately for us, well and truly. So one of our younger teammates, who's only 50, is a bit of a runner, started doing parkrun and invited us down, so we thought it'd be a bit of a lark, so we started, and now it's an addiction.
All right, and you run mainly at Jells here?
No, we've run Jells, we've run
Karkarook,
yep.
Karkarook, Frog Hollow. We're going to do Chelsea next week. Just mix them up a bit. Jells is very hilly.
Well, there's a few. It's all hills. Yeah, it's a bit hilly. And which is your favourite out of the ones that you've done?
Yeah, I think Froggy Hollow.
Yeah, I like Frog Hollow. It's fairly flat because it's around a lake. Not too many lakes on angles, and it's picturesque. Yeah, it's a nice track.
On a warm summer day, you can go for a dip in the lake.
Oh, there you go. Well, there was a lake here, but it was full of ducks. It might not be safe for swimming.
Yeah, I think there's a few leeches in there too. And maybe eels.
All right, we'll steer clear of that one. Now, footy season. Has footy season started for you blokes yet?
It has, yeah. We played our first game 2 weeks ago. We play every second week. We won quite convincingly, and we have a bye this week. But we play every 2 weeks, so yeah, that's what Masters is about.
So Masters play every 2 weeks for the ailing bones.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said, we've got 35s reserves. We've got a 50s team. There are 45s teams and 55s teams now. So you can play right through. And we have a ladies team. So our women's team is over 35s. And they're playing today. They play on Saturdays. So normally there'd be a dozen of us from the Warriors running at parkrun. But because this is a game week...
Yep.
Most people are playing, so they don't run because they're playing. But we're not playing this week.
Yeah, the 50s have a bye. The 50s have a bye, but the others are playing.
Yeah. Terrific. All right, well, any last words for the Parkrun adventurers, fellas?
You mean the ones that are not running today, or just in general? Look, it's great fitness and it's great social. We meet a lot of people. We've made a lot of friends from it, and it just keeps your fitness going. And you can bring groups here. You can walk. You don't have to run. You can walk. Bring your dogs. Bring your kids. Bring your family. So it's so socialising, and it's great. It's family orientated.
Excellent.
The main thing I've got to say is I like the challenge of not challenging other people, but challenging myself. I try and beat my PB by like 10 or 15 seconds, so that way I'm always getting PBs. But
you get to ring the bell.
Exactly, it's all about beating myself. You know what I mean? I got a lot of improvement to do, so I got a lot of.
Can I interrupt? Mark's had a double bypass.
Oh, is that right?
Bypass, so this is why he's challenging himself to improve his. So yeah.
So keeping fit, it's not just about the fun for you.
Yeah, no, I'm still recovering from my bypass,
looking after your body.
Got to keep fit and. Keep up the cardio, so why not? Yeah. Anyway, to everyone else out there who's doing parkrun or contemplating parkrun, get out there and do it. It's 8 o'clock. You've still got the rest of the day, so get onto it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys, and all the best to the Waverley Warriors.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Alrighty, post parkrun, I took a bit of time to get round Jells today, so there's not many two people left for me to interview. But I have managed to find Mark, the run director for today. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself, how did you enjoy Jells?
I loved Jells.
Terrific. It's a nice little one-hill course.
It is. There's just one hill, but it goes for most of the course.
The whole course. The whole course, in fact. And you do it twice, which is terrific.
Yep. Yeah, look, lap courses are I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with lap courses because quite often I get lapped.
Right. Yes, I know. I'm like you. I'm sort of, if I can get to there before they start lapping me, I'm feeling good, which doesn't always happen.
No, it didn't happen to me today. I'm a bit unfit. Anyway, so Jells Parkrun, 200th Parkrun today.
200th Parkrun, yes, which is pretty exciting. So, and June's our 4 year, it must be 4 years. That's right, if I can do my maths right.
Yep,
yes. So, 4-year anniversary in June, which is pretty exciting. And I think we had just over 200 park runners today, which is terrific. It's a Anzac Day long weekend, really, so it's probably a little bit down on normal, but another great turnout and nice, cool morning. Very pleasant, very pleasant.
Excellent. And how did you get into parkrun yourself, Mark?
I think, like a lot of people, it was word of mouth. One of the mums actually from school who I did a bit of running with, she said, "Hey, come along with this parkrun thing," and that's now 2016, I think that was. And then pretty quickly after that, as I tend to do, I stuck my hand up and said, "Sure, I'll help with a bit of RDing," and then was event director for a little while as well. So that's been a great journey for me when it comes to parkrun.
And always at Jells?
Yes, yeah, nearly always at Jells. I have done a couple of others around. I've actually just started since, as happens, of course, new park runs open up, and there's actually one a little bit closer to me now, Gardeners Creek, and I've started helping out there as well from an RDing perspective. But I still, Jells is still home, still loyal to the home park run.
Yeah. It is a lovely course. We talked about how it's lapped and it's all hills, but the trees and the forest here is really pretty.
Yeah, look, it is really nice. It is. It's actually a Parks Victoria park, as opposed to sort of a council-owned one, and it is quite a large park area here at Jells, which is terrific. And we've got the lake that you would have seen twice, which is nice as well. And like I say, a lot of natural trees, or a lot of trees around, which is as a nature park, which is terrific.
Yep, and lots of birds chirping in the background.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for talking to me. Thank you for the contribution that you've clearly made to Jells,
Thank you.
And also will at Gardeners Creek, no doubt.
Yes, looking forward to it, and welcome to sunny Melbourne.
Yes, sunny. Well, it was sunny yesterday. Actually, no, it was rainy yesterday. Sunny the day before.
Yes.
Let's see what tomorrow's brings.
Well. Wait 15 minutes to see what 15 minutes brings. Welcome to Melbourne.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks very much, Mark.
No worries.
Hello, we're at the Christies Beach parkrun. We finished it about 30 minutes ago, and I'm with
Tim. Hello, nice to meet you.
And Tim, whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Israel.
Ah, which part?
Yeah, I live next to the beach between the cities of Haifa and Tel Aviv in the countryside.
And how did you come across parkrun here at Christies Beach?
Well, I came to Australia almost 4 months ago, and the couple I've bought the car from, the woman had a runner equipment shop, and she told me about parkrun, and I've been running a couple. This is my 4th one, and now I've been living in McLaren Vale, not far away, and I just seen it on the side and came.
Beautiful. And what do you think of parkrun?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it so much how people come together every Saturday morning, first thing in the morning, running, and just staying and socializing, and this is amazing. I want to bring this to Israel.
Beautiful, and you'll have a lot of people, I think, who'd be supporting that.
Oh yeah, heaps.
And what do you think is actually the best part of parkrun?
I think that it's free, and anyone can do it. You don't have to run. You can walk. You can, if you're disabled, you can go on a bike. You can do whatever you want, and you still enjoy it.
Excellent. And you said you're hoping to get around to a few others.
Of course. I want to do 50 before I leave Australia.
Beautiful. Well, that lines you up for at least another 12 months here.
Oh, yeah.
Look, thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.
And all the best in starting one over in Israel.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, and now we're in a coffee shop, Christies Beach, and I'm with
Miriam Williams.
And Miriam, you're one of the event directors.
I am indeed, together with Richard Price. He's a wonderful event director. I don't think we could be doing Christies Beach Parkrun without the man, and he's busy this weekend, so normally he is here every single weekend. So he's, great guy.
And how did you get involved?
Well, I have a partner that loves running, and Frank Finn, and he found a good course down south and thought, wouldn't it be lovely to get parkrun happening down south? And that's what we did, and we've worked together and ended up starting quite a few down here.
Yes, I gather that. There's a new one starting next week, you were saying at the beginning of the course today.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Shiraz Trail will be launching on the 4th of May, and the event director, Alicia Maida, has got a wonderful core group helping her. And we do a second trial tomorrow. Our first trial at Shiraz was wonderful. There was 70 people that turned up just to see how it went. And we'll do another trial tomorrow, of course, and then the launch on the 4th.
Beautiful. And Christies Beach. So today you had, 120?
Yeah, something like that. I didn't even quite check. No, we had a good turnout today. We had beautiful weather today. It was glorious. Sun was shining. No wind.
It's a great advertisement for Adelaide.
Yes, absolutely. It is one of the, I am biased of course, but one of the prettiest courses along the coast in Adelaide, and we are spoilt for choice. We've got, just in the south, we've got Christies, Moana and Aldinga Beach, and further down, of course, Victor Harbour. But yeah, this is a lovely place to do parkrun. Beautiful views you can see right down to the end of the Fleurieu Peninsula on a good day. So this was a lovely day today.
Okay, and most of the people who run here, are they just locals, or do people swap backwards and forwards?
No, there's a lot of locals. We've got a really strong group of regular park runners, a lovely family feel. It's a very welcoming environment. We do have some that will go over to Ranella East in the winter, because if it gets very windy, which it can do along the coast, Ranella East is then hosting a few more park runners that may sort of do Christies normally, but they'll just go and stay out of the wind for that one.
It's great having an alternative to go to when you really want one.
Absolutely, and we are spoilt for choice. The distance between most of our park runs here in the south, and that's also thanks to the City of Onkaparinga, who've been behind us all the way, wanting to establish park runs quite close together, and now we will have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Christies, Moana, Aldinga, Ranella and Shiraz.
Okay, and how often do you actually get to run?
I do, because I travel a little bit as well, so I'm actually quite fortunate to have, like I said, Rich as my co-ED, and who is just, he just belongs here, and he's like a fixture, and he's a wonderful person, and he's always here. But yes, I get to travel a little bit. I have family in Queensland, family in WA, so I've been quite fortunate to do different park runs all over the place. And it's a wonderful learning tool as well, to be able to visit other park runs and see how everybody else does it, and go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Look, thank you very much. We enjoyed the day.
Very welcome. Yeah. Oh, well, it was lovely to see you, and good to see that the blue-footed variant wasn't.
Thank you.
Howdy, park runners. Toc reporting in for the Channel 5 News crew. Today we've ventured up to Melbourne North for the launch of the Grand Ridge Rail Trail Parkrun. Melbourne North is a lovely little village that sits up on top of the Strzelecki Ranges, to the southeast of Melbourne in the Great Estate. We've got numbers slowly building. The weather's a little bit overcast, but I know this rail trail, and it's a gorgeous run no matter what the weather conditions. So we'll catch up with a couple of people and we'll have a chat later. Cheers, guys. Howdy, park runners. I'm with Kate Luton. Kate's the event ambassador for Grand Ridge. Kate, sensational day. How's it all going?
It's going really well. It's exceeded expectations. It came out a little bit cloudy and a bit drizzly this morning, but it's turned out beautiful, and it was so nice on the track. Everybody get ready to enjoy that climb on the way back. It's a ripper.
Well done, Kate. It's a great event. You got a great team here. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm with Jody. We're at the launch of the Grand Ridge Rail Trail Parkrun. Jody, the horn's just gone. Everyone's just left. It's a great crowd. Welcome to Parkrun.
Yeah, well, it's pretty exciting to be here, and we're a bit overwhelmed. So many people coming out on this wet day, and lots of dogs, as you can hear there in the background.
Jody, one of the things that I can't get over is once you guys decided to chase up a parkrun, how quick it actually happened. That was just amazing. You got incredible community support.
Yeah, well, we were after the PB for the quickest parkrun setup, and I think from the day that the idea was hatched, it's been 3 months, so we're pretty stoked with that effort.
Yeah, no, you've done really well, and the day, there's a little bit of blue sky out there, but it'd be fair to say there's a little bit of cloud as well. It's a little bit chilly, but you've had a great turnout today.
Yeah, we've all been taking guesses at numbers. Mine's 244, so I'm not sure what the prize will be if we win. What do you think, Tony? What's out there?
Yeah, I reckon you're probably on the money. I originally had a guess with Kate. I said 242, so you and I are about the same number. So I'm hoping that somewhere 243 maybe split the difference.
Yeah, we'll split the prize.
All right, well, I'm going to go out and have my run, and it's great to see such great numbers, and welcome to the Parkrun family.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Appreciate the support.
Howdy, park runners, it's Toc again. I'm here with Stacey. Stacey's the other co-ED at Grand Ridge Rail Trail. I thought, Stacey, if you can give us a bit of an idea of what the course is like up here at Grand Ridge.
Yeah, sure. We're really lucky here in Melbourne North to have access to a beautiful rail trail. So the surface is a nice running surface. It's a loose gravel, and it's shaded by the canopy of the beautiful Strzelecki Ranges. So we're really lucky to have such a nice asset here in town.
And I love your start line. There's not many start lines where you look across the top of the parkrun flags and all you can see is the sign for a brewery.
Yeah, it's a bit different, and there's a balcony up there so we can go up and enjoy a post-parkrun beer. I don't know about beer at 8 o'clock in the morning, but...
Yeah, it could be a whisker early on a day like today. But no, look, welcome into the parkrun family. It looks like a great event. You've had a huge turnout for a coolish day.
It is a bit fresh this morning.
And yeah, I better get running and catch up with the tail runner.
No worries. Thanks, Tony.
Cheers.
Good morning, Parkrun Adventurers. It's Melissa here, coming to you from the Channel 5 News crew, and I'm at the launch of Melbourne Parkrun, which is actually called the Great Rail Trail Parkrun. Now, I've got with me somebody who's ran their 100th different event today, Michelle Taylor. Hi, Michelle.
How are you going?
How did you find Melbourne? Congratulations.
Thank you. I found Melbourne very much like a great rail trail, like Timboon, but without the leaf litter, no slipping. Quite enjoyable, nice, very slight downhill, nice walk, heaps of people, so it was great.
Now, it's your 100th different, so you've joined the Cow Club today.
I have.
And notice you've got your buff.
I have.
That's a good feat, seeing as it's an English club. How did you manage to get that?
Well, I joined the UK Tourist Club. I was added by one of the Wiglets, and I found the secret link, which enabled me to purchase the buff and a beanie, whereas Brendan's got the beanie. So,
and for those at home, the Wiglets, she's referring to the Parkrun Wiggles.
To the Bourbon boys.
So you've done 100 different events, and how many total parkruns have you done?
108.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah. So we've been everywhere around, so now I'm going to concentrate on Victorian events.
So you're chasing down the Victorian statesman
I am. Still got
status?
23 to go, I think. Forever 23, I think.
Excellent. What events stand out that you've really enjoyed?
For the humidity, I'll say Nightcliff, when I was there for their birthday. Never wear polyester in wet season, never.
Oh, just you wore a Hawaiian shirt, didn't you?
I did, for the tropical theme, yes. Shell Harbour was another standout for me. That was just really pretty. We went there for Palm 18. Everywhere we've gone, there's just been a whole bunch of really, really nice people, very welcoming, yeah.
Yeah, so we met through the parkrun community, and now we're quite good friends.
We are.
So
forever grateful.
Travel around.
Yep.
So, yeah. And what's the next goal? Statesmanship, yeah. But, yeah, what do you got planned?
Just going to pick them off wherever I am, wherever looks good, whatever's flat, I guess. Yeah, I've got a couple of hilly ones to do in Victoria, so I'm just hoping.
Great, all right. Well, thanks for talking to me today.
Thanks, Mel.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm travelling home from Parkrun now, and I've got a way to go. I've got to go from one side of Victoria to the other, and as I often do when I'm travelling home, I'm listening back to my recordings from the morning's parkrun, and realised in my interview with Michelle I've made a furphy. I've incorrectly referred to the parkrun as the Great Rail Trail Parkrun, and it isn't. It's actually Grand Ridge Rail Trail. So I thought I'd explain to you why I made that silly mistake, and what I think has happened is in the weeks leading up and in the excitement to this launch, it's been referred to by its acronym of GRRT, and what has been a fun thing for some people to do is add the number 8 into that acronym, so it reads as the word great. And although the launch was great, that's not its name. So I apologise to the event team of Grand Ridge Rail Trail. It was a really fun launch this morning. The vibe was really exciting. There was people from everywhere, lots of people I knew. It was very enjoyable, and yeah, congratulations on a really successful launch.
Hello Parkrun Adventurers, it's Grette here, and may the 4th be with you. I'm here at the Shiraz Trail Parkrun, and we're launching today, and it's been a really interesting couple of days in South Australia. Actually, it's been really dry, but we've just had a couple of days of rain, but it's now cleared, so the ground is wet, which is lovely, but there's no rain falling from the sky, so it should be a really nice day for a launch. So I'm now here with Christina. How you going, Christina?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Did you enjoy the run this morning?
Oh, loved it. It was such a beautiful scenery.
It was lovely, wasn't it? And you've got a special little friend with you today. Who's this?
This is little baby Margot. She's 11 weeks old and she has never missed a park run.
Wow. So she's done a park run for every week of her life so far.
Well, the first few weeks I volunteered. So even when she was 4 days old, she was out. And then, been just walking with her or running with the double pram since.
Well, look, she looks very satisfied, doesn't she? Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. And so obviously this is the launch today, so this is the first time that you've done Shiraz Trail parkrun.
Yep.
Where do you normally parkrun?
Normally I parkrun at Seacliff, Christies or Ranella East because I live in between all three, but lately I've been doing a lot of touristing just to check out the other parkruns, and great excuse to go check out new cafes as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So which ones have you done now?
In the last few weeks I did Aldinga, Moana, Mount Barker, Murray Bridge, and I did Clare last weekend, and we're doing Largs next week.
Wow, and all that with an 11-week-old.
And a 3-year-old as well.
And a 3-year-old.
And the husband who's the adult child.
I take my hat off to you. Well done, well done. And you're also celebrating a bit of a milestone today?
Yeah, today was my 50th parkrun, so
congratulations.
Super excited, and I've got my 25th volunteer coming up in a few weeks as well.
Oh, well done, congratulations. And you were saying earlier that I think it's been 25 volunteers in about a year?
Yeah, in 12 months. So I had an injury, but I also just wanted to get there out in the community and get the love of parkrun again, so I thought by volunteering I'd get that, and I did. And then I got pregnant and was super sick with pregnancy, so I just came out and just loved volunteering because at least I was part of the community still.
Yeah, well, look, good on you for being part of the community, you know, with it, whether you're injured or pregnant or little baby. Good on you for coming out and doing parkrun, and I hope to see you at a parkrun soon.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So I'm here with Michelle. Hello.
Hi.
And Louise.
Hi.
How you going? And you guys did your first parkrun today?
Yeah, first ever parkrun.
Yeah. How did you find it?
Really good. Yeah. Tough halfway through, and I thought, I don't know if I can do another one, but we've done it. So really good.
And you've got a couple of dogs with you today. Who have we got here with us?
This is Boston and Rosie.
Lovely. And did they love it?
Yeah, they didn't moan at all, did they? At first it was a little bit scary because my one, Rosie, was started to bark when we all gathered together. We were like, no.
Well, we love dogs at parkrun, so they're always very welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And so do you guys live locally?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we do. We live in McLaren Flat, which is about 5k away.
Yep.
So we take the dogs walking quite a lot. So they're used to walking with each other, but not with all the crowd.
How did they go? Because it can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah, I think they were okay. Once they settled down, they were okay. Yeah, they were pretty good.
And how did you hear about parkrun?
Michelle, how did you?
Me? It was on the McLaren Vale Community and Surrounds Facebook page.
Yep.
So I think it was Alicia who was promoting it.
Yes,
so I thought I'll give that a go.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll be back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
we're going to try and run it, I think. A bit more than we do. We did a little bit of running, but we might come without the dogs another time and see if we can improve our time.
Well, there you go. Now you know what it's all about. Yeah. How do you reckon the dogs would go running?
Oh, I think they'd be okay. I think they'd like it. Yeah. They like running on the beach.
Well, thank you so much for coming along to the launch of the Shiraz Trail parkrun and bringing the dogs and having a good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hope to see you at a parkrun soon.
Yeah. Sure, thank you.
All right, so I'm now here with
Mariana
and
Natasha,
and you guys are volunteering today.
Yep.
How awesome are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Just doing our thing.
Awesome.
Just doing our thing.
But I hear you weren't going to volunteer today.
No.
You got the call.
Yeah, I pulled up with the flu this morning, but drove all the way from Paravista to McLaren Vale. Was going to do some grocery shopping. Got a text message. There's a lot of people here. You might want to come down and help out.
Oh, good on you. So well done. So you just jumped in and grabbed your phone and started scanning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good on you. Thank you so much for volunteering. But you're also a bit of a keen park runner anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I enjoy park running. I love touristing as well, looking at booking holidays on new park run locations. Here in South Australia, Victoria, pretty much wherever we can go. Look to see where there's a park run and trying to get the alphabet, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really
how close are you to the alphabet?
Oh, not even close.
Oh, really?
Zilmere's a long way from home.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, no, just really enjoy the community atmosphere and just meeting new people and yeah, just being part of something. It's great.
Yeah. And how about you, Natasha? You're a keen park runner?
Yeah, we like getting around a lot.
Yeah.
Our friends were like, let's go to Port Lincoln over Easter. Yes, we're going to Port Lincoln over Easter.
Yes, there's a parkrun check. We can go for a holiday.
Yeah. Same with Perth. Yep, we can go there as long as we're there on a Saturday morning. But no, I'm running tomorrow, so volunteer today.
Oh, now where are you running tomorrow?
The Great Southern Half, so half marathon.
Okay.
Be my first one 6 months after a baby.
Oh, well done. Gee, you're doing well.
Oh, yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah,
pretty happy.
Yeah. And is that's a bit of a trail half, isn't it, I think?
Bit of beach, bit of trail, bit of road. Yeah.
Bit of
everything.
Yeah.
But not much elevation, so it's
Right.
good.
Yeah, nice and flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you also volunteer a bit at Parkrun, and I think you were recently made your debut as run director a little bit. tells me.
Yes, at Ranella East. That was interesting. It went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, stepped out of my comfort zone for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's a very supportive place to do that, so well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we enjoyed it.
Good. And thank you, ladies, for volunteering today at the launch of Shiraz Trail Parkrun.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh, everyone should volunteer. Yay.
They should. We love volunteers. All right, so I'm now here with Event Director Alicia. How are you going today?
I'm very excited. It went really well.
It went really, really well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a relief to have the launch out the way, and couldn't be happier with the turnout.
So tell me about your parkrun journey. What kind of inspired you to bring parkrun to this community?
Yeah, so I attended a couple of parkruns, Christies Beach, Moana, Ranella.
Down this area?
Yeah, down south. And I live in McLaren Vale, and I just really wanted one in McLaren Vale. I thought how awesome it would be to have one here for our local community. Our community is really close-knit. We have a really strong sense of community here, so I thought a parkrun would be fantastic. So, yeah, that's the main reason I really wanted to get it done. And I asked around, spoke to a couple of people, and here we are today.
Yeah. And you were saying you live just down the road, so you're sort of really familiar with this part of the park. So tell us about the course.
Yeah, so the course is really like a Y-shaped course. It's quite straightforward.
It's quite unusual, isn't it?
It's an unusual course.
Yeah.
We do two and a bit laps. So we start at the Labyrinth for a briefing, and then we head towards Kangarilla Road. We run down towards Field Street, turn around, and then head towards the Community Oval, and then back down towards Oxenberry again. And we do that twice. So it sounds more complicated when we're trying to explain it than what it does when you're actually running it.
It's very straightforward when you're on the course.
Absolutely, yeah. So once you do it,
it's so social. The lovely thing about it is that you get to see lots of people multiple times.
Absolutely.
And so lots of high five, lots of cheering. Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a really good point. I think that's probably one of the things I enjoy most about parkrun is that community spirit and the people encouraging everyone. It doesn't discriminate. You've got 3-year-olds and 93-year-olds doing it. So that's what I really wanted to bring to McLaren Vale, and I think after today we've achieved it.
Yeah, you've done a fantastic job. Lots of people out today, and lots of first timers out today. So local.
Lots, yeah. We had a huge interest in the Facebook page and on our website from people that were local that didn't even know what parkrun was. So I'm really excited for the community to have something that they can go to that's local and not far away for them. Such a great incentive.
Yeah. Well, why not come out? Absolutely. And you had great support from the council.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, Onkaparinga Council and the Halo group couldn't have been more supportive. We had some amazing support from them. They've stepped us through each step of the way and really guided us to make sure that this has been such a successful event, and we couldn't have done it without them.
No, they've been very supportive in this whole region, really, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Just fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're now the 5th one in this council, which is fantastic. So, yeah.
Well, look, congratulations. It was an absolutely wonderful day. You're off and running now.
We are, absolutely. Yeah, no pun intended. We are. We're all good to go. So very, very exciting. And thank you for coming out.
Oh, thank you very much for having us. Congratulations.
Thanks, Grette.
Good morning, parkrun adventurers. It's Lyndell, and I'm reporting in this morning for the Channel 5 news crew from Glasshouse Mountains Conservation Parkrun. About probably an hour or so north of the Brisbane city. Not too far if you live in the northern suburbs. Out in the bush, the birds are chirping, the trees are glistening. And there's a nice bush track here, so I'm going to go and check it out and check in with you after the run. Alrighty, I've caught up with some avid parkrun tourists, well known to the podcast, I think, Brendan and Janine. How are you today, and how did you find Glass House Mountains Conservation Parkrun? I think I got that one right.
Hello, it was amazing. I just love being out in the bush, and although it's a trail, it's not a really hard trail. It's a bit in for everybody, I think. Yeah, well worth the trip.
Excellent. And you, Brendan?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, really, really good. It's probably a little bit deceptive as far as the slight downhill going out, and then you turn around and uphill all the way back out again. So as long as you keep a little bit in the tank on the way back, that last little stretch is probably the worst stretch.
Yep, and not too challenging a trail for anyone who's concerned?
No, I think it's a trail for beginners, but it's also, I think, a trail for people who do a lot of trail runs, because it is quite technical in parts, but loads of fun.
Loads of fun, opportunity for a fast trail run.
I think it is, because there's lots of nice long straights, lots of puddles to jump, which I love, but being out in the bush, you can't beat it.
All right, well, great. Thanks for your time today, and happy parkrun adventuring.
Beautiful. Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.
I have found some fellow tourists here today. What's your name and what is your home parkrun?
My name's Chris, and normally Sandgate.
I'm Cheryl, and Sandgate as well.
My name's Lou, and Sandgate's my home parkrun.
My name's Sophie, and Sandgate's my home parkrun as well.
Right, so you've come from the beach to the bush today.
We have.
How did you find the track today?
Oh, loved the track, nice and easy, didn't fall over, which was a definite positive. So yeah, it was beautiful, lovely.
There's a story behind that comment, I can just tell.
Yeah, Bunyaville, it's got some of my blood, sweat and tears and skin there. But anyway, I survived, and I'd go back again because it's beautiful, it's lovely. A lot tougher than this one, but still beautiful. So lovely.
So you've got your Bunyaville badge. Welcome. High five.
Oh, high five. Thank you. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm pulling back the bruising.
It's almost healed.
It'll be better before you know it. And how about you today?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. It was lovely. It's the first trail I've run the whole way, I think. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well done. High five.
Oh, thank you.
Good. And Lou?
Not quite as hilly as Bunyaville, but just beautiful scenery. Love the tracks, a few little muddy puddles to skip around, and yeah, it was lovely. We loved it.
Yeah, there was horse poo. Yeah. And how about you today?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's nice running along listening to all the birds and looking around all the ferns and everything. But yeah, a few muddy puddles to jump over and nice hill to finish on. But yeah, it was a good one.
And how much touristing do you guys do? You do a bit. Obviously, you've been to Bunyaville. Where else have you been? What's your best touristing story?
Well, I'm not sure. We do a lot. Like Cheryl and I almost finished our alphabet, so that's our goal. But ours are all interstate now, so we'll work on that. But yeah, we've done a lot, and there's a lot that are beautiful. Well, actually, most of them are absolutely beautiful, and all have their different, things we love about. And there's some we'd go back, and we've done a few again, and we will repeat till we can get over interstate or overseas or whatnot. But yeah, we've done some beautiful ones. So.
Excellent.
Plodding along.
Yep. And Alphabetia on the horizon. It's
and
there.
Pirate Club.
And
Pirate Club. Yeah, we're fanatical. Yeah, Bee Gees. We've done Bee Gees. So we're.
you Bee Gees?
Yeah, lose our parkrun coordinator. We're all pirates. So I'm the coordinator, and we go off to our parkruns. I just finished my alphabet.
Yes.
I just did a road trip between Jindabyne and East Richmond to get my J and my E.
High five.
Thank you. So that was really exciting. Yeah. So my husband takes me on holiday, and they've got to be including a parkrun. It's what his life has become.
Mine too. We should hook them up. They'd have stories to tell.
Around parkrun.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. Keep on adventuring and keep enjoying Sandgate as well. You've got a beautiful home run as well. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lyndell. That was super exciting. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I have tracked down the plus-size park runner, Shannon, and event run director Joe. I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm with, parkrun royalty here. How are you going, Shannon? What have you been up to lately?
Parkrunning a lot every weekend.
Okay, well, end of interview. Right, good. Are there any stories that you would like to share with the adventurers?
Just today's park run was bloody fantastic. A bit of a challenging 5K course, trail run course, a bit of all kind of terrain, a few puddles to splash through, and a bit of a hill from 2.5 Ks right back to the finish line.
Yep. Yes, it's all downhill and all uphill.
It is. That was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? That wasn't in the run brief, so but it was a beautiful course. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep. Excellent. Well, thanks for talking to me. Joe, how are you today? How is your second event number 2? It's your first event number 2, but event number 2. How has that gone for you?
Yeah, good. Good numbers turn out today as well, so pretty close to last week, first one. Yeah.
Excellent. I think there are a few people here chasing their number 2 for their Wilson Index. Whoa! And we're joined here. The other thing I was about to get onto was that it is May the 4th, obviously. Star Wars Day, and we have a special guest here. Should I go and have a chat to our course musician here?
Yeah, he's kept everyone going.
He has kept everyone going. Yeah. So, what's your name?
Reese.
Reese?
Reese, otherwise known as Running Paparazzi.
The Running Paparazzi?
Yes.
And what have you come as today?
A Jedi. A good Jedi, despite the theme.
Excellent. My contribution to Star Wars Day just quietly was that I actually just sounded like Darth Vader, breathing heavily the whole way through. Your contribution is much more impressive with your outfit and your music and your lightsaber.
Thank you very much.
And taking some footage today?
Yes, video so that the parkrun can show off their course.
Excellent. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Thanks very much, and have a great day.
You too.
Wowee, that was a lot of roving reports, and it's going back over 2 weeks, if you hadn't worked that out already. So, recap for us, Mel, because we had a couple of launches in there.
We did. There was, Toc was at the launch of Grand Ridge Rail Trail. Grette was at the launch of Shiraz Trail. It wasn't really a launch, but Lyndell was at a relatively new event when she went to visit Glasshouse Mountains. So that's pretty cool.
Yep, and she got her J on at Jells, and Mossy was at Christies Beach. For those who have skipped through all the roving reports and just want to hear the Mel and Scott show. Well, it's back. And speaking of launches, we don't have any this week.
No, we don't have any this week.
But they are starting to roll through, which is good. Some new events coming up. Interesting one next week that we might talk about.
Oh, I haven't populated that. Interesting one next week.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it now. What do you know about White Mark Wharf in Tassie?
I know a little bit about it. It's on an island. You've got to catch a ferry to get there.
Yes.
It's pretty special because you've either got to get up really early to catch said ferry, or you could go the night before. But then if you want to come home, you can't come home till Sunday. So it kind of forces you to have a break, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be one of those events that our adventurers and tourists will earmark as a bit of a challenge. So it's on Flinders Island, just above Tassie.
It is.
And it's launching next week.
And you know what's going to break a lot of people's hearts, Scotty?
No.
It starts and finishes in a garden called Xantheria Gardens.
Really?
It really does.
Oh my God! So how do we come to White Mark Wharf?
Well, because it's also White Mark Wharf, like the Xantheria Garden is within White Mark Wharf. It's only a little non-official garden at this stage, so we weren't allowed to call it Xantheria Garden. But
okay, but the discussion was had.
Oh, the discussion was had. There was a lot of discussion.
Well, people would have lost their mind if that happened.
People would have lost their mind. Oh, look, it's when I say it's a little garden, there are literally like 5 or 6 Xantheria plants in it. So it's not a very big garden, and it's not officially named by council or anything like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
One day,
so it's going to happen.
One day.
Look, it is going to happen. Everyone needs to calm down. I see that there's another one planned over in Europe. There is Xavier Park in Japan. There'll be another Xavier Park. I mean, America's a big place. Surely they've got parks and landmarks that start with an X. So I think we can. What's the one that everyone in Australia keeps mentioning? Xantippe?
Xantippe,
like
yeah, which is over in
Xantippe,
Western Australia, but it is a tiny, tiny, tiny town. And it
So
just,
we need to let that one go. That's not happening.
yeah, no, there's not the volunteer base there. There's not the people base there to support a weekly timed 5-kilometre walk or run.
And could you imagine, Mel, if we did get it up and it was the event started in like Rotary Park, and we called it Rotary Park Parkrun.
Well, we wouldn't.
In Xantippe.
We wouldn't do that because we don't call any events Rotary. Do you know that there are more Rotary parks in Australia than there are currently parkruns? There's about 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
So we will never call any parkrun Rotary Parkrun, just because there's too many, and also because it's an organisation. It's a whole thing. But yes, I get your point that it could be in the town of Xantippe, but that doesn't matter because mostly now we don't name events after towns anymore.
Hence White Mark Wharf. It's launching next week. Nothing launching this week, but we have anniversaries to celebrate, and they are in.
They are in. Well, we should give a shout out to last week's anniversaries because we missed them. Applecross in WA, Bateman's Bay in New South Wales, Cleveland in Queensland. A lot of these celebrated with May the 4th. No, Cleveland. Yeah, that was last weekend. Yeah, May the 4th celebrations. Echuca Moama in Victoria, Nulkaba in New South Wales, Parkville in Victoria, Queanbeyan in New South Wales. But we mentioned Queanbeyan.
We did. Something's going crazy.
Something's going crazy.
People are changing their anniversaries, and they forget to tell me. I think something like that happened.
Well, and then there was also Rhodes in New South Wales.
And this week, I'll do all this week, seeing as you hogged all last week.
Go for it.
We've got Altona Beach in Victoria, Curl in New South Wales, Lancefield in Victoria, which I thought I would get to Lancefield before they notched up 1 year. Shame on me. Ocean View in Queensland, The Entrance, New South Wales, Timboon, Victoria, Wildflower, New South Wales, and Yarrabilba in Queensland. Mel, I have only done one of those events, Altona Beach.
Yarrabilba in Queensland. I could be up for some cake. I wonder how far that is from my house.
You should head there. They would love to see Mel Urbacher.
It could be a bit of a drive. I do have an appointment on Saturday afternoon that I have to be home for. We'll see. There could always be an adventure. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, so like to leave these things open and available at the moment.
Yep.
Have you got big plans for this weekend, Scotty? Or as you mentioned, you're sticking close to home?
No, look, I'm going back to an event that I haven't been to for, I think it's got to be like 5 years. So Berwick Springs launched about the same time as Westerfolds, a couple of weeks beforehand. And I think I went along just before Westerfolds launched to sort of see how this whole parkrun caper worked. And I'm going back there on Saturday to celebrate our parkrun hero. So as you know, we've got this competition, Medibank are celebrating parkrun heroes, and we're sending them off to an event, which is a pretty cool prize. And then the end of year prize is the trip to Bushy. That I'm a bit dirty that as a staff member I can't win. Ivona, as a family member of a staff member, she can't win. But anyway, I'm going back to Berwick Springs, which I'm looking forward to.
Bushy Park. So as a staff member, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to enter. Does that mean I'm not allowed to enter?
Well, are you a staff member still? I mean, you're on. What are you on? You're on maternity leave.
I am still a staff member. Yeah, just on leave.
You still? Yeah. Sorry, Mel. You can't.
Oh well, that's okay. Yeah. It's one of those awkward things where I know you can nominate yourself, but is anyone really nominating themselves as a hero? Like, it's a lovely competition. I think it's brilliant, especially because, you know, people can nominate other people and make them feel recognised for their contributions, which is just a beautiful thing. But I don't know how many people are going to nominate themselves unless they were really, really super keen to head off somewhere and, yeah.
Yeah, but hey, don't shame them, Mel. I think it's perfectly fine. If you want to nominate yourself, go for it.
Oh, I don't think there's any shame in it. I just think that most people would probably feel a little bit awkward about doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm just coming from my headspace where I would feel awkward nominating myself for something, but yeah.
Yeah, so don't bother nominating Mel and I because we can't win. People think it's great working for Parkrun, and then you hear about these atrocities.
These pitfalls of the position.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to go the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So you're on maternity leave. You've got a life of leisure ahead. The countdown's on till baby Urbaka is out. Lyndell's sitting there waiting, ready to go. Is this it? Can Lyndell come in next week? I think we're all concerned. We need you to get ready, Mel.
What? Why are we all concerned?
We just want you to be, ready to give birth, to relax and embrace the moment and continue living your life of leisure.
And and not podcasting is part of the preparation for that.
Yes.
No, I'm not ready to go yet, Scotty. Well, look, I can't promise that Lyndell won't be here next week because by Wesley's clock, in fact, this baby's late. So Wes was already here by now.
I know. So I'm making plans just in case that happens, people, because I don't want you to miss out on another Parkrun Adventurers podcast so soon after missing out last week. So have faith in me, listeners. We are coming back next week for 156, with or without Mel, but
yeah, it's not all about me, even though it's half about me, but it could be half about Lyndell next week. You never know. It's the mystery of the podcast. It could change from week to week.
Yeah, let's leave episode 155 on that cliffhanger, and we'll find out if Mel's with us next week.